let me tell you about a bit of fascinating crime from, where else? Florida. But first, some backstory. Marlherbe Francois was a homeless man who was invited to live with Bogley Bazalay, a man who enjoyed walks on the beach, cross-dressing, and sacrificing animals in his home as a voodoo priest. And you thought the names would be the weird part, which I may be mispronouncing. I have no idea. Francois claimed he was drugged by Bazalay, and the two became intimate. But instead of calling the police and giving what would have been an incredible statement, he decided to maintain a relationship? How much would it take to... However, it became too much for him after Bazalay went to a local graveyard to collect souls, brought a Haitian man and a ghost to the house, and was found watching ritual videos with other men. This all happened on the same day, by the way. When Francois finally started packing a bag, Bazalay told him he would make sure Francois was dead, and advanced on him with a magic substance on his hands. Now, Francois employed a little magic of his own in the form of a Glock pistol, and bam, ba-bam, fired 3 shots into Bazalay, killing him, and then went to a gas station and got cigarillos, and then called the police? Now, if that wasn't crazy enough, the prosecutor actually believed a jury might agree this was self-defense, and I actually agree with the prosecutor. But Francois ended up taking a plea deal to serve 15 years in prison. Now, if this story has a moral, I don't know what it is. But until the next time, be good, stay safe. Move over, Florida. It's time to give West Virginia a turn. Yes, a man in that great state got charged with farting at an officer. Yes, you heard me correctly. Farting at an officer. And you may think that's insane, but hear me out. I'm not going to lie, that is pretty crazy, though. It's super weird. What on earth were they thinking? I guess I'll have to explain it. Our subject, and we'll call him Jose, because that's his name, was pulled over for not having his headlights on at night. Cool, totally checks out. That's a lawful traffic stop. While he was stopped, police allegedly smelled alcohol, detected slurring in Jose's speech, and administered 3 field sobriety tests, which Jose failed. Allegedly. Jose was arrested, because of course he was. Those are very clear indicators of DUI, and brought into the station to be tested on the intoxilizer. And while he was there, Jose decided to tell police how he really felt. According to police statements, Jose farted and waved that fart at the officers. Now, of course, Jose denied waving at the officers, but does admit to farting, which begs the question, would that be a crime? Possibly yes, actually. It could be similar to using a fart spray on someone from a bottle, which actually has resulted in criminal charges throughout the United States in the past. And in West Virginia, physical contact of an insulting or provoking nature is battery. If intentionally spitting on someone is battery, why rule out farting, right? Now, do I think that this particular battery charge is a bit extreme? Yes, I'd say so. And I looked through a bunch of case law. I couldn't find anything that really had dealt with this kind of thing before in West Virginia. Although you gotta start case law somewhere. Personally, I wouldn't be against an obstruction charge, though, for intentionally stopping the officers from being able to use that room for a little bit. The prosecutor apparently thought the charge was too much as well, probably because he was also facing, I think, 2 other obstruction charges for things not related to the farting, and of course the DUI. And people say the law is boring. Here's a fun story I found. A woman in South Carolina was charged with a DUI after she was caught driving a toy electric truck down the road while intoxicated. But she avoided the DUI charge, presumably because the toy truck didn't meet the requirements to be a motor vehicle under the DUI statute. But why was a grown woman engaging in this sort of behavior? Let me show you. Okay, ma'am. So now that we've advised you of your rights, I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay? All right, first of all, what were you doing? I was on a scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunt. To find where life started falling apart. Presumably. Ask follow-up questions. What? What? So why the truck? I want to be a professional wrestler, like my father, and this is how you do it. Neat. And then the officer charged her with public intoxication. So remember, folks, if you want to be a professional wrestler, don't train, don't bulk, get drunk, drive a toy down the street, and participate in a scavenger hunt. Woo!